Hello everyone, I'm Debbie Polachek, a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and here today we're finally at the end of the show and tell basically on this bow maker. Today we're making a large envelope. Well, it's a 4¼ by 5½ inch envelope but it's 3/4 inch thick, which is perfect for flowers and big bulky items that you might put on the front of a card. Anyway, here you see me putting like a 14-inch ruler across the top and kind of going across that line that you see, the green line, and going from corner to corner in each direction. And when those points come up to the middle of that line, of that base, you know you're at the right area there. And I'm pulling it very tight. You can't see that, but through this whole process I'm pulling the paper very tight. Here again, see the point goes up to that line, and that point should do the same. And I'm creasing the corners as well as I can around the board. You could also mark the designer series paper from corner to corner, from point to point on each corner, if that would help you also get it in line better. Here I'll be getting ready to make the little 3/4 inch round circles to make the little tabs that you would make. I went and looked it up now, forgot it again. The little closures for the envelope. There's a special name for that closure now. I can't remember what it was. I was thinking it was a key envelope, but I think a key envelope's more of the oblong ones where you close it from the short side instead of the long side. String tie envelope, that's what it was. So that's what I'm getting ready to make. And I prefer, actually, if I can remember, is to poke the hole first before I do the punching, because I can see if the hole's in center easier than I can see if my punch is circled around the little hole. So just whatever way it makes it easier for you. I am gluing two of them together to kind of make it a little stronger. Here I'm also poking the holes where I marked it where they should be on the envelope. I marked that earlier. I hope I said that. Going back over when I make mistakes, I get kind of confused where I'm at. There I'm corner round in the top of the envelope. Here you see me creasing all the lines that went around the board. I would say scored, but they really weren't scored. They were just wrapped around. I have a friend that tells me she likes these voiceovers better, but I think she's just entertained because I keep stumbling all over my words. Thinks I'm doing it on purpose, but really I just can't talk. Kind of the same thing went on when I used to play cards. If I won, they thought I was doing it on purpose, but actually I just accidentally won. That's the way it goes. Here I'm trimming the little flaps for to close the envelope up later, to make it a little bit more secure where it's closed, and kind of trimming them up to that, cutting those two little corners out and trimming the flap just a little bit so it doesn't get in your way later. And on the top you're going ahead and cut that big complete corner and the flap off. You don't want to mess with that later, I don't think. I know I don't. Okay, what we're going to do next, let's see. Oh yeah, I'm going to look for little brads. I think they call them, Stampin' Up calls them the metal brads, to put the little circles through. And I think I decided that I would like silver on that paper because all the white and pink. Here I'm putting the little circles on, closing that brad and taking my bone folder and squeezing it out real tight so it'll be flat as possible. Doing the same thing to the flap, the top flap. Oh, and I was going to tell you that if you see those areas where the wraps on the side of the board, if you cut 3/4 inch pieces of cardstock or even chipboard. It'll make your box a little bit stronger along the sides. I've tried it that way, and making the whole thing with chipboard, it makes a real nice box, especially if you were going to use it to store like your accessories, like your your little brads and different things that you might have. Here we're gluing where it hits the bottom and where it hits the top of the other. This is a little tricky getting it all together here, because you got to bend that bottom one up first, and then see how I held it up, and then put that other down. Kind of squeeze it in those corners, and definitely pull that as tight as you can. If you don't, your envelope will end up a little cockeyed, so try your best to get that all squeezed in good. With that Stampin' Up glue, it's a good glue. Does it pretty fast, pretty sticky. Even when it dries, it's a little sticky. Here I'm cutting the twine about 10 inches long. I'll tie it in a knot around that top one. As tight as I can. Okay, and here's about time to see if it fits. I had made a card earlier. I made a Christmas card out of a non-Christmas stamp set. Very pretty stamp set. I will look up the name of that and put it down up on his screen here, so, and also in the descriptions below. If you need any more Stampin' Up items, I do have my store down below listed, and hopefully all the items that will be there and everything else that you might possibly need. So go check it out. It's all listed below. Thank you. Bye-bye.